Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Takeaway Club, where I talk to interesting people across different walks of life to get to know their stories and, more importantly, how they got to where they are, including their motivations, habits, routines, and aspirations, some of which we can apply to our own lives. Hey, before we get into the episode, a quick update. Along with the podcast, we now have a newsletter. It's called Beat the Blues, a bite sized curation every Monday with the most interesting and random content that I come across in the week prior. Earlier, I used to do this in an ad hoc manner, sharing an article, giving book recommendations to my friends. That's when one of my friends suggested why not do this in a more organized fashion, and that's why we turned this into a weekly newsletter. Yes, we have seen a great response so far. It's a small non-intrusive email every Monday with a bulletin of whatever content I am currently into. It could be the books I'm reading, the podcasts I'm learning from, tweet threads that I enjoyed, just a small boost to kickstart your week, and hence the name Beat the Blues. So if you're someone who enjoys insightful random content but don't have the time to sit through and do the dirty work of browsing to find them, you're going to love this. It's super easy. Just head over to thetakeaway.club and hit the subscribe button, and you'll get the very next one. In today's episode, I have Jerome with me. Jay is an up and coming musician and an absolute rock star with the piano. Best part, he plays the piano blindfolded. You can check him out on Instagram at the Blindfolded Pianist and on Twitter at Joey Blindfolded. It's the Blindfolded Pianist on Instagram and Joey Blindfolded on Twitter. Jay and I had a candid conversation where we talked about his musical background, his decision to play the piano blindfolded, on friendship, and his memorable performance at a college fest back in 2014, which later became a sensational hit on YouTube. Last but not least, Jay plays three of his favorite songs blindfolded live on the episode for 5 full minutes. Without further ado, let's jump right into the conversation. Hey Jerome,
Hey Krishna, how's the quarantine?
it's been good. It's been good. It's been quite a while actually. It looks like this is going to be a never ending situation, at least until the end of this month.
End of this
So,
month, huh?
yeah,
For
let's
sure, huh?
go for it, Let's take it to 1 month at a time.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying that to yourself.
Yeah, at least to make me feel better. Coming back to our conversation, we got connected through Mukil Ganesan. Super nice day,
Yes.
of course. I did an episode with him
Mm.
a few weeks back. Um, of course, you studied with him. The three
In
of us.
fact, I got my job because of Mukil. That
Oh,
is,
really?
yes. Uh, uh, During our school days, he used to be this video editing and
Uh-huh.
Photoshop guy in our school days. So on seeing him, I wanted to try out Photoshop, After Effects myself.
Uh-huh.
So I started experimenting stuff. I asked out to him, and there was one more guy called Ranga.
Uh-huh.
So I used to trouble these both of these guys, asking about the tools, the concepts, everything. So on reaching my college and during my college for the four years, I started designing stuffs like banners, brochures, certificates, etc. So on during the interview of Zoho, I had a reference copy of these certificates, banner,
Uh-huh.
and everything. Chumma, I showed it to the guy who was interviewing me, and he was pretty impressed. And
Nice.
that's how I got got my job.
Uh,
So,
so actually, I have a very fun fact to share here, but I
mm,
don't want to get into it. Get into a lot of detail for obvious reasons. But
Mm-hmm.
just like you, I have a lot to say about Mukil, particularly
Mm-hmm.
about job hunting and stuff. Really grateful for the kind of help that he has
Mm. Yeah.
done. I mean, I haven't known him a lot. I know you guys go way back from childhood days, but I know him only since the turn of the year, and he has been an
Mm-hmm.
incredibly positive influence in a lot of things that I have to do. So
Uh-huh.
we'll
Wow.
probably like start off with, cheers to Mukil, the
Cheers to
guy.
Mukil.
Coming back to our conversation, because I got to know you or your skills
Mm-hmm.
from your Instagram account,
Mm-hmm.
where you have done an amazing job. It's something that uh, a non-music guy like me can't even comprehend, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
playing piano fluently itself takes several years, and to do
Mm-hmm.
that, blindfolded like you do, and that's just something that I can't even imagine. So that's
Mm-hmm.
sort of what I want to get into in elaborate fashion. But I thought a good
Mm-hmm.
place to start would be your journey so far. uh,
Mm-hmm.
of course, you, Mukil, and myself, we all grew up in Trichy. So
Yeah.
RSK, one of the schools that we always used to compete for the inter-district
Uh-huh.
college,
Uh-huh.
sorry, school fests and all. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
let's begin from where it all started. So just
Mm-hmm.
walk us through your stories so far.
To be honest, my musical journey started from my childhood. So I started keyboard from my from the age of 5, actually.
Wow.
So yeah. So actually, I have a brother and an elder sister. So my father used to train my elder brother on piano, and he used to play a lot of songs. So me being 2 years younger to him, I've always been an observant. So I observe things and see things and do things which I like. So I wanted to play piano.
Hmm.
So this happens, and one fine day, my dad tells me, "Let your elder brother play the piano. You start learning guitar."
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah. So eventually, I didn't know what guitar is. So I just seen the part of piano. So I wanted to try. I kept on trying, but eventually I wasn't able to play like my elder brother. And my father told me, I told you right, uh, you can start learning guitar. That's when this was narrated by my father. So he when we were talking about my childhood,
Uh-huh.
my father told this incident happened. So uh, during that time when my father said that, you might as well learn guitar, I pushed my father away and I played a tune which he taught me, which he tried to teach me,
Uh-huh. In
and I
keyboard.
went off went off crying, it seems. So seeing that, that vigor, he started teaching me piano. So
Wow, that's
that's
nice, man. This was what, when you
I
were like 6, 7.
yeah, I'm not even able to remember that
Uh-huh.
incident. But yes, my father had told me this always. So after that, uh, I started learning piano from a teacher professionally. So it has been a long while, but the most important part is my father has trained me a lot. He has teach me all nuances, his experience. Although he is not a
Mhm,
great piano player, he knows what people expect from a musician,
mhm.
and he has always shared his experience. He has always groomed me and my brother. So that is how it started. And after a while we started playing in churches, and many people used to wonder how these guys are little kids are playing piano in such a early age.
Oh, that's nice.
So
So, would it be
yeah,
around like when you were 12, 13, maybe?
yes.
Incredible.
So that was the time me and my brother started seeing audiences. We started facing audiences.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we face that audience, we have a tiny bit of fear that many people are watching us
Mm-hmm.
and many people's attention are on us. So since we were introduced to stages in our very early ages, we didn't have much of a fear because we were only concentrating on what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of taking music as a main career. Still now I'm thinking, but the thought came to me when I joined college.
Uh-huh.
So during college, till college time, I haven't played any mainstream music. In school, back in school, 11th, 12th, I used to play. We used to go to some competitions and perform stuff. But in college, when we used to go for this inter collegiate culturals and all,
Mm-hmm.
I used to do solo instrumentals and band music. So that is when you can see that audience are cheering for you, audiences
Uh-huh.
are applauding for you. So that is a different kind of dope.
That's true. That's
So
true.
it's like a high. uh,
Yeah, I can
yeah.
imagine. So I
So
I
yeah.
wanna I wanna talk about a very particular incident. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
this is something that you will remember very fondly. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so back in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
you along with a group of your friends released a song, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken, and it became
Okay.
this massive, massive hit. It had like 3 lakh plus hits on
Mm-hmm.
multiple channels. This is and pre-geo days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
having such a huge hit back then was a much bigger deal than what it is now. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what is that experience like? How were you
Wow,
feeling when
Krishna,
it happened?
you've done your research, man. Nice. Okay, so that was a really fond incident of me and my band. So it was again an intercollegiate event, and we were me and my band, we were planning to do something different, some stuff. So uh, it was, I think, it was in SSN college. They used to have a cultural event called Instincts.
Mm-hmm.
So to appear, to qualify to perform in Instincts, we have to record and send a prelims video. So based on the entries, they'll filter each and every entry, and those who qualify, they will be able to battle with the other bands who have been selected. So we were surfing through many mainstream music we were practicing, and it didn't quite turn out well. So it wasn't up to the mark. So what me and my friends thought were, why don't we do an own composition so that nobody would have heard it so far. So
Uh-huh.
it is a purely original. So even they won't have any expectation, because if you are say if you are replicating a Rahman or a Raja sir's music,
Mm-hmm.
people would have heard that music for a long time and would be expecting the same music, the same quality of music from us if you perform it for prelims, right? So say if you produce an original music, it is actually a zero expectation
That's
because
true. You kind of set the bar for yourself. Uh-huh.
yeah. So that's how we started composing Natpinisai. And Natpinisai was composed in under 30 minutes. So it was composed by me and my friend Mark. So he would just write a tune. I would chumma randomly put a lyric, and
Uh-huh.
I would write a tune. He would put a lyric, and we used to note this down. We used to record everything, and it was composed under 30 minutes.
Wow.
So we sent that video to SSN team, and they shortlisted us. And what happened was, um, for the Battle of Bands, it's called Battle of Bands. So for that event, we had two rounds, prelims and the finals. So direct of prelims, we started singing that our Natpinisai song,
Mm-hmm.
and audience were able to get the feel of the song. They were able to adapt to the tune. It is a very simple tune, so people were able to adapt to the tune. and we thought, okay, many serious bands like Loyola College band and NIT bands were there.
Mhm.
So it was
Which
really a tough
which college were
competition.
you guys from?
We were from Ramakrishna College, Samyabram.
Uh, oh, right. So you did your college here in
Yeah.
Trichy, is it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ramakrishna School.
School, huh?
You see what I did there? So for folks
Okay.
listening, that's an Trichy insiders joke. Ramakrishna
Yes.
College is known for their super strict schoolboy like ways, even for folks
Worse than school, man.
in college. Yeah,
Even in RSK, we used to roam around.
that's
But in Ramakrishna,
true.
no chance.
My close friend, my next door guy, right here, he's from KRC, and every day
Hmm.
I hear stories. Well, yeah, we'll go back to your story, man. Sorry for digressing there.
No, no, no problem. So, yeah, so there were very serious bands. So, right from Loyola, NIT, Shastra, etc. So after completing our prelims, we had no hope because they were killing it on stage and people were applauding for them. People were
Uh-huh.
dancing to their tunes. They were killing it. And we had no hopes after seeing those bands perform like that because Loyola band is like one of the best in
Mhm.
Tamil Nadu or Chennai. They used to go for battles across the nation. So seeing that, we had no hope. We started slowly returning, and the results of the prelims are being announced, and on the top eight eight results, eight bands were shortlisted, and we were in the last eighth name was our band's name.
Uh-huh.
um, okay, we were happy because at least we crossed the prelims. So we started seriously preparing for the finals, and all the bands were like uh, uh, preparing seriously, and they were rehearsing their tunes, etc. And we had one thing on mind. See, Natpinisai brought us this far. We
Hmm.
should do it again in the finals as well. And uh, the person who would be judging the finals is Gibran. So he was at that time he was like he made like 3 to 4 movies, and all those 3 to 4 movies were phenomenal hit.
Uh-huh.
So he was at his peak at that time. So even now he's a great music director, but at that time everyone he was like a sensation. So he came to judge the event, and I was like, Machan Poche, Gibran, he's on a different league.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know if we can make it or not. So we started performing, and some magic happened at the finals. Uh, on the prelims, we sang Natpinise, right? So people were able to adapt to the tunes. And on the finals, when we started singing Natpinisai, the crowd also started singing Natpinisai. So they were singing along with us. So that magic happened, and
Wow.
instantly it was an attraction because everyone in the crowd started singing along with us. So it was like a really awesome moment. And finally, the results were being announced, and the top three bands were announced. The third place was announced. The second place was announced, and the first place they were announcing our band's name. It
Wow,
was an
that must have
incredible
been.
moment.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't actually expect to go for such a far achievement, but it was a great thing which happened in our life.
It's amazing, man.
So so on the reception of the song, we thought that this
Hmm.
song is actually make triggering something in each and everyone who is hearing it. So why not we record it? So we recorded, and we chumma put it on YouTube and left. We didn't
Uh-huh.
even see how what the count is, what nothing we saw. We didn't see any stats. And after some 1 or 2 years, we chumma we browsed through the YouTube channel, and many people were making cover of it. Many people
Oh, wow.
took took clips of it, and they were putting in their own videos, their
Uh-huh.
images, their memories. Because it's a friendship song, many people put their friendship images, their
Hmm.
own videos. And I was very happy to see that because
Uh,
we didn't expect such a reception from people.
that must have been something really special. So
Yes, yes, yes.
similar to Hip Hop Tamara's story, Chuma
Hmm.
Randama putting song on YouTube and coming
Yeah.
back to see that it has become sensational hit. So I'll add the show, add the link to your Narpini Sai song in the show notes as
Uh,
well for folks to check out. I actually
Thank you,
listened to
Krishna.
the song and I can exactly understand what you say. Uh,
Hmm.
when you talk about how it brings out something in people
Yes.
who listen, I can totally vouch for that fact. I'll definitely add it in the notes for people to check that out. Uh, so,
And yes,
mhm.
at this moment, I would also like to say that we are making one more version of the song. We've already made one more version. It is yet to release, and it will be releasing on a larger stream.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, man. I'm really looking forward to that one as well.
Yes.
Mhm. So I thought now would be a pretty good time to switch gears and sort of deliver on the promise that we have been making throughout the
Mm-hmm.
promo of the episode. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, of course, that is you doing a blindfold and playing one of your favorite songs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Actually, we put out three songs, and
uh-huh,
the reaction was mixed.
uh-huh.
People vouched for all those three songs.
So how do you want to take it? I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, let's do all three songs then.
Awesome, man. Okay, so let me just turn on the video here. This is just for
Uh,
folks out there who, if someone comes up and asks, how do we know?
he's cross verifying my skills.
Yes, you have like 500 videos of you doing this with every song possible. Okay, this is just for me to seek the joy of seeing it live. That's it.
Okay.
Wow, that was beautiful, Jay. It was really surreal, and
Okay.
I
Thank you.
I cannot like wait for you to do this in front of hundreds and hundreds of folks, man. Really,
Thank you for your kind words, Krishna.
I don't want to come out of that moment, you know. So,
Cool.
so
I was expecting this actually. I was expecting when I thought of doing this blindfolded thing.
mhm,
Uh, I was expecting someone to interview me and ask me to play it live for them,
uh-huh.
and I didn't think it would happen this soon.
It's my privilege, man. I'm very glad I got to know you. Um, so cannot help but ask,
Mm-hmm.
how did you come up with this idea? Was it like
Okay.
inspired by Akash from Andhadhun, or have you been doing it much before than that?
So I've always played piano. I've told you right. I've played in a lot of churches. So during the time of the worship, when it's in the peak of that worship state, everyone tend to close their eyes
Mhm,
and start praying. So during that time, it's like an intense moment in churches. So I've always closed my eyes and uh, played for the accompanied the singers and everyone.
uh-huh,
So whenever I closed my eyes, I was able to actually concentrate, and actually I was able to feel what I'm playing and what it is doing to someone who is seeing me or hearing my music.
mhm,
So it is actually an intense moment. So if, say for example, you are hearing a very soulful music, you tend to close your eyes and you allow the music to fill you up, right? So it is actually something divine.
mhm,
So I have always played piano, enjoying uh, the music blindfolded, like not blindfolded, by closing my eyes.
uh-huh.
So how I came about this thought of blindfolding is that I think it was uh, the 1st of June. The 2nd of June is Raja sir's birthday, and I wanted to dedicate something for him.
Was it this year?
It was this year, this
Wow.
June. So I wanted to play a piece from Mauna Ragam, the theme song of Mauna Ragam,
Uh-huh,
and I saw many references of people playing Mauna Ragam, and I wanted to challenge myself. On the 1st of June, I was sleeping on my bed and I was thinking, this is already a complex piece. Why not take it to a next level by playing it blindfolded? What will happen? Can I do it? And I wasn't able to sleep that night because the next morning I have to put out a video, and I was planning to record the piece on the next day morning. So I wasn't able to sleep actually because I was thinking of this ridiculous concept. Can I play this complex piece blindfolded? Will I be able to do it? So I have so many. I've been playing piano for so many years. Should I do it? Will I be able to do it? If I do it, will I be able to sustain in the long run? I'm not sure. So many thoughts were in my head, and at one point of time, I was like, okay, why not try it? I haven't tried this blindfold thing uh, before, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But let's see. Let's face it. Why not try something new? Take this up as a challenge. And the next day, I sat. I recorded for I think 23 minutes. I was making small mistakes in between, or at the end of the when I was about to end, I'll make a small mistake and I'll have to redo the whole part. So I wanted to make uh, this blindfolded thing as legit as possible, because
mhm,
I know people can edit out things in software, but I wanted to make it very legit as possible. So I tried it, and in 23 minutes I was able to get a decent cover of the piece. So and that became that actually many that actually got many people's attention, and many people started telling that it's a good attempt. So I just wanted to continue and see how far it goes. So that's how it started.
Uh-huh. And what? 1 month later, and 500% we meet here today.
Yeah.
Wow. It's incredible, man. I mean, when I looked at your posts, I had this feeling that you've been doing this for a lot of time.
Hmm.
Can most people do that? Can most people who have been playing piano do this blindfold thing like at a whim, like you did?
I think it all depends upon our muscle memory. So
Mhm.
uh, any work we do, even for example typing in something with our keyboard, so it has something to do with our muscle memory. Our
Mhm.
hands and fingers know where each key is right.
Mhm.
So years of practice and years of building up this muscle memory, I think many people will be able to do it, but it takes a lot of practice actually. So uh, when I give out put out a video, it actually takes a weeks of practice.
Wow.
So I practice the song again and again. So whenever I am blindfolded, I just think of the song, the essence of the song. I just capture the essence of the song, and I eventually don't think what key I have to press right now.
Mhm.
I just I'll be just imagining the mood of the song, what the song actually delivers.
Mhm.
So eventually I don't tend to think what key am I in, what am I playing right now. I just rehearse the song. I just play the song in my mind, and my muscle memory automatically delivers what I intend to do.
Wow. It's wonderful, man. So maybe let's switch gears at this point and
Hmm.
talk about the stuff you have planned for years down the road. Where do you want to go from here? I know you have a proper 9 to 6 job, so
Hmm.
this is a side hustle for you at the moment. So
Hmm.
how do you plan to balance between the two?
It is actually quite a challenge because a 9 to 5 job already drains all of your
Mm.
brain, your thinking, and everything. After that 9 to 5 job, you sit down to practice your parts, the your practice sessions and etc. It actually drains you down. So it is actually a difficult thing for every musician, every upcoming musician who has a 9 to 5 job. So in Chennai we have a studio, a home studio. So me and my friend Mark, so we both are a duo. We used to go to work as soon as possible, finish our work soon as possible. We rush back home, started doing we will start doing music. So that's how our routine life is. We do music till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. It might go up to even 2 o'clock. At times we don't even sleep. So it goes on, and the next morning we have to get our stuffs and run back to office. So down the lane, I think uh, I'm not sure when I'll get into full time music or become a full time musician. I'm not sure about it, but I'm trying to get there. Me and Mark, we are trying to get there. But uh, my ultimate aim would be, I have to give something to this world, a unique piece or some kind of music which touches the soul of people. So
Mhm.
that would be my ultimate aim. Down the lane, if I become musician or not, or if I'll be able to quit my job because of music or not, I am not sure about it. But definitely we'll be giving sensational, soulful music. So that's what is in my mind right now.
Do you have someone like who have been kind of an inspiration for you to push towards this journey?
um I would say I hear a lot of varieties of music. So recently Santosh Narayanan, uh, Santosh Narayanan has pushed me a lot to explore in music, because his kind of music has always been fusion music. So he mixes a Ghana genre
Uh-huh.
with a blues style. He takes folk and mixes with jazz, and it gives a new, a different flavor. So I was kind of inspired by this idea. How could uh, a very uh, sub style of music, something like Ghana, which is in a corner of Chennai, gets mixed up with blues genre. So it is an interesting idea. So on hearing all of his songs, it has something to tell you, something soulful, some um, new way of perceiving music. So recently, Santosh Narayanan, Jacob Collier, there is also called band called Pamplemousse, and they have different ideas uh, on how they see music, how they perceive music. So these kinds of people inspire me a lot to do in music.
Wow, that's amazing, man. And I really hope you sort of, get to meet Santosh or probably even work with them in the near.
Yeah.
Mm.
I actually met him once, but not uh, actually. I was getting off an elevator to see a movie
Uh-huh.
in in Phoenix Mall,
Mhm.
and he was rushing back into the elevator after finishing his movie. His daughter Dee and his wife, they were rushing into the elevator. I just saw him and gave him a broad smile. He was on his phone, so
Okay.
he also gave me a broad smile, and
Mhm.
we just exchanged smiles and we went back. So,
So, before we wrap up this episode here, I want to get your perspective on folks who are hustling on the side. People who have a regular 9 to 6 job and then they
Mhm.
come back home and they work on their pet project, whatever they are passionate about. So, what are
Yes.
some of the habits or practices that has worked for you, where you have done a pretty good job of balancing between the 9 to 6 and the 6 to 9 in a way?
That's a very interesting question. Everyone is passionate about something,
Mhm.
and most of us don't get to pursue our passions, right? So, in my experience, I would say uh, finish your 9 to 5 job as soon as possible, or if you are able to um, work week ahead, you'll be able to concentrate on your passions. So after your 9 to 5 job, you're already drained out, your brain is already made a lot of decisions throughout the day. But coming after coming to your home, take an hour of break, just relax, chill, take a bath if you wanna, and then start pursuing your passions. Uh, for me, it has always worked, because me and my friend Mark, we encourage each other,
Mhm.
and we travel in the music. And whenever we go outside, travel, we always discuss about music. We always discuss about new concepts in music. Whenever we hear a song, we'll discuss about the chord progressions, how this was created,
Mhm.
what type of instrument is being used, what type of technique is being used. So our passion is, I think it is everywhere, it is surrounding us. So even if you are interested in writing a book or a novel or a poetry, you have inspirations all around you in your surroundings. So that's how I see it. Anywhere you go, whatever you do, you just keep thinking and adopting everything as your passion, to your passion. I think it helps a lot.
That's nice advice, man. Really. Mhm.
It
You.
is not an advice, it is actually experience. So
Uh-huh.
whenever me and Mark, we hear music, or anything in terms of music. For example, if someone is tapping a beat on the bench, we used to discuss about that. We used to discuss everything actually. So we used to relate everything to music. So that's how we tend to grow in a lot of ways.
So I hear you mentioning Mark a lot. So I know, of course, you mentioned you guys have a band together. Uh,
Yeah.
so do you want to talk about your relationship and how the two of you pursuing this journey together has
Hmm.
helped each other along the way? When you have had bad days, maybe one of them
Mm.
was there for other.
So Mark, I met Mark at Ramakrishnan College. So he was my senior. He was doing his second year at that time. I was doing my first, and he saw me performing in an inter college band. He was the finance president at that time,
Mhm.
and he saw me performing, and he approached me saying that, why don't you perform for band? So at that time we met, and we exchanged conversations. We talked a lot about music, and his way of seeing music and my way of seeing music actually corresponded at a point. We had similarities in thinking about music. So, and that's the time we started hanging out with each other, and we started discussing music and everything. And after our final years, so he went on to do his MBA at Tyagaraja,
Mhm.
and I joined Zoho after my um, college days. So after completing 2 years, this guy was doing his MBA, and he eventually had a campus call, and he joined Zoho.
Mhm. Oh,
It
nice.
was it was like a miracle. We haven't after our college days we haven't actually met. So one fine day, this guy calls me up and saying, "Macha, I'm attending my final interview on Zoho tomorrow." Da. I was like shocked. Hey, you, you did your MBA and how come you're coming to Zoho? Da? And he was like, "Yeah, da, it was an on-campus interview. I got selected, and tomorrow is my final interview." And fortunately, he made it through the interview,
Nice.
and and we again met at Zoho. Once again, started
Mhm.
doing our musical, continuing our passions.
Oh.
So in this 2 years before I met Mark, I was actually lost because I had nowhere to go. Uh, he was my only.
Sort of like
Uh,
we're way back into
yeah,
the music.
yeah, music.
That's
So
it.
we helped each other a lot. We um, when he's down, I used to uh, give him concepts of music. So when we think about music, we tend to actually become monotonous at a point.
Mhm.
So when he becomes monotonous, I give him a different variety of music, and I ask him to do such stuff. And when I'm down, he helped me out.
Uh-huh.
So that's how
So,
uh, it's
mm,
going so far. So even on this blindfolded cover thing I'm doing, so I started out solo, and Mark didn't know about this project when I first did this on my first cover version.
mhm.
He saw the version, and he called me, told Macha, you're doing great, but you can correct these steps, you can improve on these steps. So even though I'm having a few ambitions on my own, I'm doing a few things on my own, he doesn't get offended. He actually helps me to become better in what I do. So that is a beautiful friendship.
A lot of things seem like how they say things happen for a reason, and in your case, for some reason, I find that to be very accurate. I cannot like wait for you to go on to achieve bigger and better things, man. And I'm incredibly proud that I got to do this first.
Yeah, thank you, Krishna, for interviewing me, and this has been a great session. I'm just doing this for the first time, and so you've kept me very comfortable on this.
It's been an absolute pleasure.